right out on the shrouds. Okay, and again we do our introduction, or we're on a training run where the wind's coming from and what we're doing. We're going to interact it. So same dealio. I'll show you a demonstration and then we'll look at breaking it down into those key points and why they're key points. This is the one always going wrong. Right, so. Stand by to jibe. Yes. That's not part of it. Keep tension on. Keep it on until I say. Jibe out. Run. Okay, so jibing. Well, you all know what jibing is. Let's look at the key points. You all see okay? Yeah. So training run, sailing position, same dealio as before. Okay, we're going to look, obviously we're looking under the boom this time, and then we're going to be asking the crew if they're ready with a standby to jibe. Okay, so then when they respond we can start the manoeuvre. First thing we're going to do is sheet in a little armful of main, only enough to bring it positively off the shroud. We're not pulling in stupid amounts, okay, because then the jibe is more likely to not be as successful. So just pulling it in, just to bring it off the shrouds. We then are going to be sliding back, putting our back foot across, okay, coming into the middle of the boat with our tiller extension across, where it's comfortable. We've not started turning yet. Grab the falls nice and high up, okay? We are now ready. So we've done a lot of the setup before we've even started turning. When we start turning, it's going to happen quickly, alright? So we set up, we're good. We're then going to start turning, and we need to wait to show what's going to be happening on the water. When we feel the falls pressure go, or the leech start to curl, then that's our cue the jibe is about to happen. So we're going to start the jibe off, or we're going to instigate the boom coming across by pulling it. And it's at this point we're saying Leo. There's a slight difference there between the tackle and the jibe. So when the pressure goes and the leech curls, we're going to pull Leo. As soon as the boom meets the centre, we're looking to centralise. Okay, and we can represent this by pointing out that myself as the helm, the tiller and the boom are all in the middle at the same time, so we've met it. It's going to help our balance. Then let it carry on going, and then we'll just finish off as we do in our tag. Sitting forward, obviously we need to sheet out a little bit, and then swapping hands as per the tag. Okay, so again, in our sailing position, training run, we're good to go. We're going to look, check it's clear. When it's clear, we're going to ask the crew, stand by to jibe. Wait for a positive, thank you. Wait for a positive response. Sheet in a positive armful, or just to get it off the shrouds. We're then going to slide back, back foot across. We're going to bring our weight into the middle of the boat and our tiller extension across. Hold the falls high up. We're now ready to go. We're going to watch the leech start the turn. When the pressure goes in the fall and the leech curls, jibe out, centralise, let it go across, sit forward, sheet out, swap hands. Back into the sailing position. So, key points in this. Look, we've covered that, we don't need to do that again, but just make sure we look in the right area, okay, underneath that boom. Check our crew is ready, stand by to jibe, we've gone over that, so we'll leave that there. Sheeting in an armful, or just enough main sheet, with a little bit more tension, to bring it off the shroud. Why?
So it doesn't crash into the other shroud.
Yeah. It is not an old wives' tale that if you don't sheet it in, or if you leave it out, it can snap the shroud and the mast can come down. So that is why we're sheeting it in. It is absolutely nothing to to do with it reducing how much the boom goes across. Okay, it's purely to stop it crashing into the shroud and potentially pinging it. And you can see on this boom here the damage right where the shroud is on the boom as well. It's also there, and it has been known to snap booms as well if you get a really vicious jibe. Okay. Why are we saying though only to bring it just off the shroud? Why do we not actually want to pull it in like this?
Because you're going
Your pack.
when you jibe, if it's in, it tends to want to skew the boat into the wind after the jibe.
It does. Why?
Because you're putting more power behind it.
Yeah. Rudderless sailing.
Yeah.
Rudderless sailing. That's all it is. If you have your mail in too tight, it's going to want to head up. Okay. From before the jibe actually happens, particularly when it's windy, it can cause the boat to heel and want to head up, and then you're fighting it on the rudder. Not only are you losing speed, but if the boat is heeling to leeward, that's going to want to head up anyway. Okay, and how hard is it to bear away with a heeling boat to leeward? It's particularly in the breeze, it is pretty hard. Okay, so you've got that, but then also when you come out of the jibe, the main reason people capsize when they come out of the jibe is because their main's in too tight. You suddenly get this kind of impact of power on that new tack because you're not ready as the helm and the crew, more often than not, because also it can be an incredibly forceful impact. It just kind of, the momentum just takes the boat up into the wind and it just rolls over into a capsize. Okay, if we have our sail out, then that kind of energy from the boom going over and the wind suddenly filling in on the new tack actually will just accelerate the boat forward. But if you have it in too much, it's got nowhere to go other than up into the wind and roll over into a jibe. Okay, so we're not going to go into that level of detail with students. When we start doing advanced stuff, then we will do, so they know why things are happening. But at this level, we just want to ensure, you can take the way out again, we're pulling in just enough to bring it off the shroud to avoid that shroud snapping and damaging the boom. Okay, so do it again. Sliding back, same dealio, back foot across, same dealio. We're then going to come into the centre of the boat, crouching obviously. Tiller is staying central, we're not starting the turn yet. Okay, like I said earlier, you want to set up as much as you can before you actually start the turn, because when you start it, it's going to happen quite quickly, so you want as much set up before that, so you've got more chance of having a successful outcome. We're going to hold the falls high up. Why?
More moments to pull the boom around. If you hold it higher up.
It gives you much more positive control further up here than if you're down here. Down here you've only got a small range of movement, whereas if you hold it higher up, you've got a larger range of movement. Cool, so that's why we want to hold it higher up. Why do we want to hold it at all? Why don't we just sit and just let it go across?
Because we want to
You can't
control
really
it.
If you hold it, you've got control of that boat.
And also,
Yeah.
you can feel the release of the pressure on it, and you know when it's, without having to look at something else, you can feel straight away when it's going to go.
Which is what's going to jibe first? You pulling it across or sitting waiting for the wind to bring it across?
You pulling it across.
Only by a fraction, but it makes a big difference. Okay, and it can prevent you from oversteering too much because you want to exit the jibe really on a training run as well. Okay, so that's why it gives us control over when the boom's coming across, and it also brings the boom across that little bit earlier. So yeah, holding it high up, and obviously our tier extension's over. With our tier extension, be careful students don't take it too literally, and be careful you don't demonstrate it. It's not all the way over onto the other side. It's not holding up here and kind of leaning out the boat. Your weight's in the middle. You're holding it somewhere comfortable. Okay? If they're finding it comfortable up here, which they probably won't do, and it's not getting in the way of the boom, it's okay. If they're holding it down here and they're in control and they're comfortable, it's fine. Okay? But we don't want to kind of force them into a bit of a weird position where they're not going to maintain that control throughout the manoeuvre. Okay? So it's just somewhere over onto the new side. Cool, so we're now going to start the turn. You don't say jibe-o until a very particular point. When is that? Because in tacking we kind of say it as we start the turn. Why do we not say it on jibe?
It's sort of warning that the boom's coming across, and if that's not going to happen at that point,
Yeah.
then there's no point saying it.
It's
Because
like when that boat goes. When
Yeah.
you pull it.
Exactly. Okay, Okay, you're saying it to the crew to warn them that it's coming across, that they can duck and get ready to do what they need to do. All right. How much of a delay is there from typically when you start the turn to when that boom comes across?
So, a couple of seconds.
It's quite a lot. It can vary, obviously, but I'd say it can be a good few seconds, which actually, when you started the turn and you're waiting for it, is quite a while on the water. So that's also why we say it when the boom's coming across, because you don't know how long that delay is going to be. It depends actually how accurate your training run is, if there's a wind shift or anything like that. Okay, but we're saying it actually when that boom's coming across to warn the crew. Okay, and it's not after. If we're doing the jibing correctly, then we'll be in control and it will be just before. Cool. So, back into here. We started the turn. We're waiting. When we're ready for the boom to come across, and we've just said this, we know because either the pressure in the main sheet goes and or the leech starts to curl. Typically, the pressure in the main sheet is going to come first. It's going to loosen. Then that's our cue to pull it, and then that's our gybo. So when that pressure goes, gybo, and we'll pull it. And it's a nice big pull. We want to emphasise this part here. Okay, the straighten, straighten, straighten. When the boom's in the middle, that tiller should already be straight, and you need to watch this detail on your actual jibe. Okay, it is up to you as the instructor to control who's on the wind. This is your demonstration, this is your land drill. That person could be another instructor, okay, or it could be a student. But even if it's another instructor, you're not going to take it at face value that they're going to do what you want to do, because they might be doing it in a slightly different time schedule to you, or their eyes might have wandered off and been distracted. Okay, so you need to make sure when you are doing this jibe that it's working at your pace. Okay, particularly when you're breaking it down, they're not doing what you want to do, make them do it. But yeah, we want to be straighten. Oh, so in the middle, everything straight. Why is that? Balance the boat, and why do we straighten up the tiller now?
Yeah.
So we don't end up oversteering, okay? Because we're literally just doing a shallow training run to training run jibe. It's what, an angle of 25, 30 degrees if that? So it's not much. So as soon as that boom comes across, to prevent oversteering, make sure we straighten it up, emphasising this key point to ensure it happens. Boom then carries on going, thank you. Okay, and then it